People talking about, oh, look at China. Half of the people contesting for offices today would have been executed if they were in China. So we need, when you look at countries that have grown, there has been discipline. There's been a fight against corruption. We need those two things in our country today. And President Buhari is providing that discipline. He's at the forefront of the fight against corruption, and he's ensuring that sanity is coming back.
We are all proud as members of the armed forces and security agencies of Nigeria to present a birthday card to him for leading us very well.
What would he expect from you going forward?
Redouble our effort in the course of our duties in the State House.
Speaking to NTA News, President Muhammadu Buhari appreciated the honor as well as Nigeria's enormous goodwill, saying, however, that their continuous prayers are essential in the task of moving the nation forward.
I'm impressed with it. They have put a lot of time behind it. And I thank them very much. I appreciate it very much indeed.
What will Nigerians expect from you going forward?
We will keep reminding Nigerians what we have done, how we made the country, what we are able to do from the time we came in to now with the resources available to us.
Born on December 17, 1942 in Daura, Katsina State, President Muhammadu Buhari served as head of state between 1984 and 1985, elected president in 2015 after the fourth attempt at the polls since 2003, and now renominated by the governing APC for re-election in 2019. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And here is wishing the president more productive years ahead on behalf of the news crew. Now, away from the State House, but still on the president's birthday, Nigerians have expressed confidence on President Buhari's ability to continue to steer the affairs of Nigeria beyond 2019. The vote of confidence was expressed by a cross-section of residents in Abuja who spoke with political correspondent Salihu Abdullahi on President Buhari at 76.
26 years. I'm very proud of him. He is a man with a sympathy. He's a man that is trying to do something great. In some years to come, that we will be a beneficiary of that, what he's laboring for.
Some people are saying that Buhari did whatsoever. As in, before you make something correctly, you have to be patient. Why? Because this country has been corrupted since pre-colonial era, not now. So I think in 4 years, we cannot be able to resolve the issue.
Well, I'm happy for him because it's the grace of God that has kept him to reach today. So the message I had for him is that I should continue the good work. Yes, of course, the good work that he's doing to the end. And I wish him good luck in all that he does.
In his government, he fight corruption 100%. And even the insurgency that is happening, Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa, I can assure you he did something.
Oh, so many things we Baba they do. We appreciate them more. We don't get anything. Me Baba, the same person come outside. They hear waiting we they talk. So he go know waiting go they do.
We are supporters of Baba Buhari, and by the grace of God, we will support his re-election bid in 2019.
76 years in all. So congratulations. I wish him long life and prosperity. And I pray for Baba, by the grace of God, 2019, make it be 4+4, that's 8.
Are we done with birthday greetings? No, we've got more coming your way. A non-governmental organization, Buhari's Hangout, has urged Nigerians to support and give President Muhammadu Buhari the opportunity to execute the good plans he has for the country. The organization made the plea in Abuja at a feast to mark the 76th birthday of President Buhari. Obiageli Ugukwe completes the story.
It was more like a surprise love feast for President Muhammadu Buhari, who clocked 76 years. Describing him as a handsome man of integrity, the group expressed their undying support for the president.
We are overjoyed for the fact that God has defeated the antics and the plans of the enemies of this country, by who wished that the president will not be alive as at this time.
For the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, the degree of support showcased by Nigerians so far for the president showed that he is widely accepted by the people.
There are not too many Nigerians who people will gather like this to celebrate without his knowledge. When I get back to the villa, by the grace of God, I'll let the president know that this happened.
Birthday gift was presented to the president to express solidarity and gratitude to God for preserving his life. Biageli Ugoke, NTA News.
Now, all the way from China, President Xi Jinping has extended his warm congratulations to President Muhammadu Buhari as he clocks 76 years. A letter personally signed by the Chinese leader described President Buhari as a leader who is not only working to make Nigeria better, but also working to improve the relations between Nigeria and China, particularly through the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC. Still on the president's birthday celebration, the Forum of Presidential Candidates has extended a warm regard to the president as he turns 76. The chairman of the group, Shitu Muhammad Kabir, in a statement described President Buhari as a man of integrity whose actions are louder than his words, especially in the fight against corruption, and wished him a blissful life ahead. And President Muhammadu Buhari has thanked Nigerians for all the prayers, goodwill messages and encouragement as he turns 76 years today. He stated that life is better lived together in peace, unity and prosperity. The president gave glory to Almighty Allah for mercies and appreciated Nigerians for counting him worthy to serve them, pledging to do his very best in taking the country to greater heights. Moving on now to other stories. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari will on Tuesday embark on a one-day official trip to the Republic of Niger to participate in that country's 60th anniversary. This is in furtherance of the deep historical and cultural relationship between the government and people of both nations. A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says the President will be accompanied by Governors Muhammad Badaru of Jigawa, Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai of Kaduna, and Adegboyega Oyetola of Osun State. Also on the delegation is the Minister of State Foreign Affairs, Khadijat Bukar Abba Ibrahim. Similarly, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is participating in the Africa-Europe High-Level Forum with other African and European heads of state and government holding in Vienna, Austria. Now, the High-Level Forum is hosted by the Austrian government on behalf of the European Union and the African Union. According to the organizers, the high-level forum will promote innovation and digitalization as important enablers of further development. Professor Osinbajo is to hold a town hall meeting with the Nigerian community in Austria and also attend several bilateral meetings with European government leaders, including the Prime Minister of Czech Republic and Finland, as well as the Federal Chancellor of Austria. You're watching the NTA Network News at 9 on the NTA. We have more news after the break. Join us again.
Together, we started a journey filled with smiles. Together, we touched millions of lives, shared laughter, and hundreds of surprises. We discovered how simple acts of kindness go a long way into building a nation of smiles just for you. It's another year and another opportunity to share millions of smiles with our loved ones. So give more, share more, and build a better world. MTN Season of Surprises Season 4 is here. Surprise someone, no matter how little, so we all can spread more kindness. And you go surprise me.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Jenny. Can you supply 1,000 bottles of juice by noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, bye.
Hello?
One day, I go any store and say I want everything.
Jenny. Auntie, please, I need a...
You feel it. Glow is in the air. It's data. It's what you use every time you download music. Data. It's what streams movies. Data. It's what the banks use to check your account. Data. It's the very lifeblood of modern living. Data. And where does it all come from? Well, according to industry sources, more and more of it came from here. They acknowledge that Glow is now the largest data network in Nigeria. With your own Glow One submarine cable linked seamlessly to tens of thousands of kilometers with your own fiber optic cable, Glow can provide huge data capacity anywhere at a more flexible and affordable price than anyone. It's simple. So you see, Glow is in the air. It's everywhere.
Data is oxygen. Get 125% bonus on all data plans. Also enjoy unconditional 25% data bonus non-stop on all auto renewals. Dial *777# to choose a plan.
As the number of people where people they born they reduce, now so the money where them they get to spend they increase. Enough proof don't they to show say countries where them families they born, the number of people where they fit take care of, they stress to take care of the children no they plenty at all for the family. If families fit they enjoy this kind of benefit of expenses we know they too much. You fit imagine how it go fit help boost country economy like Nigeria own. As leader where you be, the solution they your hand. And what you need to do now to take action now. All we lawmakers and everybody where they power and government must make sure say them put enough money down. We go make sure say childbirth spacing where plenty people sabi as family planning services full everywhere. Our pastors, imam, and traditional leaders supposed to put mouth tell them people about the better thing where child spacing they do. This work, now our handy day, we get the full responsibility to do them. We must join hand and get it together, make our future for bright. Now Federal Ministry of Health, they bring you this message.
To anyone who pushed me to go further.
One more.
To anyone who ever gave me a hand up. To anyone who ever taught me anything I ever learned. To those who work together to set the bar higher. To those who give me the energy to go further. This is my team, and my team makes me.
We thank you for staying with us on NTA Network News at 9. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the Bank of Industry as well as the Nigerian Export-Import Bank to provide affordable working capital to the nation's entertainment industry. The funding, he said, is to unlock some of the trapped potentials that abound in the sector for sustainable economic growth. The president was speaking at an audience with members of the Motion Picture Practitioners Association of Nigeria, Mopang Northern Nigeria chapter, who called on him. State House correspondent Adam Sambo reports.
I am tasking the Honorable Minister of Finance and the Governor of Central Bank to ensure this funding instructions immediately commences.
President Muhammadu Buhari described as pleasing the progress made by the Nigerian entertainment industry despite the challenges being encountered.
I am informed that your output reaches up to 70 million people across many countries within and outside Africa. Such outreach means you have a moral and professional obligation to ensure that your storytelling is not only entertaining, but also addresses serious matters affecting societies today.
The president is, however, worried that some unpatriotic Nigerians are using various media platforms to propagate negative and divisive messages. Such mischievous acts, he said, have led to lives being destroyed, homes broken, and communities divided. President Buhari therefore challenged entertainers, regulators, and censorship boards to do the right thing by insisting on observing cultural and national interest.
I am glad to learn that you refer to yourselves as entertainers and educators. This means you are very much aware of your responsibilities to propagate positive messages to your audience. Let me conclude by assuring you that this administration is fully committed to supporting all sectors that will create jobs for our citizens while positively impacting our communities.
The president directed that in addition to agriculture, Nigeria should also explore potential partnership opportunities with the Moroccan entertainment industry, also recognized as a shining example of Africa's entertainment capability. Mopan President Abdullahi Makano Usman, who appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari's genuine commitment to sustainable growth of the country, called for his intervention towards enhancing the entertainment industry.
Piracy of our intellectual work has remained one of the negative drags to our rapid development. We humbly appeal to Mr. President for government to come down heavily on offenders as part of the fight against corruption for the industry to grow.
In the war against terror in Nigeria. Statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Garba Shehu, states that while President Muhammadu Buhari cherishes and encourages noble ideals on which institutions like Amnesty are founded, the organization's operations in Nigeria seem to geared towards damaging the morale of the Nigerian military. President Buhari appeals to the leadership of Amnesty International to scrutinize its advocacy in Nigeria, especially as it relates to the war against terrorism. The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, has emphasized the need for state governors to inculcate legislative agenda on infrastructure in boosting growth and development of the country. This was when the Osun State Governor Adegboyega Oyetola visited him in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi has the details.
Sworn in as the Executive Governor of Osun State in November 27, Adegboyega Oyetola obviously has a lot on his mind for the land of virtue. Perhaps this informs the visit to the Works, Power and Housing Minister, Babatunde Fashola, where road networks, dams construction and rehabilitation topped the agenda.
The Osogbo-Ilesha road, I don't know what's been the situation with that road. We met it like that when we came in. It's still as it is, almost 10 years after. The Owala Dam is there that could generate as much as 65 kV. I think it's still not completed yet.
The minister reiterated efforts of the government to ensure that Nigerians enjoy dividends of democracy through good infrastructural development, despite inadequate funding.
I believe even local governments can participate in power now. So the market is free. Kebbi State, I think it is one of the states that is recording virtually 24 hours power supply. So we want to see more states playing in this field because states are also parts of the owners of the discos.
In Abuja, Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
The need for key players in public-private partnership arrangement to have the qualities of integrity, competence, capacity and character was the focus of a book launch titled Building Sustainable Public-Private Partnership, How to Attract Private Capital to Public Infrastructure. Glory Ekanem reports.
The 602-page book, which is segmented into 10 chapters, seeks to provide invaluable resources for creating innovative ways on how the public and private sectors can work together to deliver public services for the benefit of the citizenry.
In order to engender what you may call urban renewal, it is important that the right investment be done in an organized manner.
All the time we need things to be done and then we're looking for who will do this for us. So the capacity is here and sometimes we don't have the literature to read. That's what this has provided for us.
The author, Sam Inegite, through this book, desires to champion and proffer sustainable solutions to the structural deficit in Nigeria with its extensive research findings and interface with private-public partnership.
Because every Nigerian can pinpoint every problem that we have in this country. Infrastructure, we have deficits everywhere, but what are the solutions? So my quest is to bring out solutions.
Aside the overwhelming benefits of ensuring efficiency in the implementation of public projects and providing value for money, speakers at the book launch agreed that PPP is critical, especially now that the Buhari-led administration is instituting a system of transparency and accountability in Nigeria. In Abuja, Glory Ekanem, NTA News.
To some political stories now, the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has assured Nigerians that Lagos State will deliver over 3 million votes to President Muhammadu Buhari in the 2019 elections. He spoke at a meeting with party members preparatory to the party's campaign for the elections. Tunde Saiki reports.
The stakeholders meeting, which had in attendance the state governor and his deputy, the APC state governorship candidate as well as his deputy, party stalwarts, members of the advisory and executive council, others were candidates for the various positions as well as some aspirants in the last party primaries. The national leader of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said the meeting is apt as it has given every member of the party a spirit of reconciliation and oneness.
The party of progress, the party of development, the party of economy.
The state governor, Akinwumi Ambode, said the APC remained the centerpiece of the nation's greatness and will not give room for any other party to destroy the country.
All our leaders and our party leaders also, where there is a platform for reconciliation, we should proceed also to continue to reconcile. And when there's a platform for compensation, we should also make those promissory notes.
Also speaking, the state APC governorship candidate, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, promised a government of continuity that started in 1999.
The work is just starting now. It's now for us to go out there and deliver on our party.
Members of the party were advised to continue the door-to-door campaign for all the candidates of the APC until the official campaign starts. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
Now let's take you to the National Assembly, where business was grounded today as staff of the National Assembly commenced a 4-day warning strike to press home their demand for implementation of new condition of service and other outstanding allowances. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali completes the story.
This is the second time in 2 weeks that members of the Parliamentary Staff Association National Assembly chapter are staging an industrial action over demands of 28% salary increase. Offices at the complex remain closed as staff gathered outside the entrance. The warning strike is a total shutdown as there is no running water or electricity at the National Assembly complex.
What we want between now and tomorrow morning is for the arrears of our consolidated legislative salary structure to be paid. If our people will see a lot of the arrears of the consolidated legislative salary structure, all of us would disperse from this place.
When contacted for comments, clerk to the National Assembly, Sani Omolori, referred us to a letter he addressed to the police, intimating it of an imminent breakdown of law and order at the complex in relation to the industrial action, as demands of staff, he added, have been tackled. It may be recalled that last week, in response to demands of staff, both the Senate and House of Representatives considered and adopted reports on new condition of service for the National Assembly staff. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
In another development, Senate President Bukola Saraki has approved the names of 12 nominees into the National Assembly Service Commission. A statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Yusuf Olaniyonu, says Senator Joy Emodi has been proposed as chairman. In line with the provisions of Sections 3 and 4 of the National Assembly Commission Act 2000, the names of the nominees will be presented to President Muhammadu Buhari for appointment. Now let's go over to our Lagos Network Center to join Ruth Ario Samuel for more stories. Hello, Ruth.
Hello, Joy. Thank you and welcome to Lagos. Media Fused Dentsu Aegis Network has launched its second wave of Dentsu Aegis proprietary tool called CCS. Annie Daniels, who was at the launch in Lagos, reports.
Consumer Connection System, CCS, is Media Fused Dentsu Aegis Network Agency's single-source data system. It houses an array of media insights, product consumption, and behavioral attitudes that have effects on how consumers interact with the media in relation to brand communication.
As business partners to our clients is to help them to understand the consumer they're speaking to, reach the consumer when they're most receptive, so that at the end of the day, we can drive brand preference for their product.
We have grown our database and our sample size by 45%. We're also covering more regions in Nigeria. So we cover 60 plus touch points, which no other database in Nigeria covers.
The management disclosed that since inception of CCS in 2016, the tool has put the agency in strategic position to connect better with consumers, whilst optimizing advertisers' budgets. The new wave now includes a variety of category and brand usage questions.
The feature for CCS is upgrading the database, migrating the database from proxy data to people data. Real human beings with names, with marriage dates, with who their friends are, with where they live, with the type of food they consume.
The data is available for recontact, it's available for sale for people that are interested, and it's a very competitive data set as regards cost, because we've eliminated all the bottlenecks of collecting the data. We give you the already collected data.
The CCS Nigeria 2018 study is a group-breaking study and communications planning tool for advertisers, marketing and communications practitioners in Nigeria. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
The Household of God Ministries has donated 10 million naira to charitable organizations at the 2018 Grace Award held at the church's headquarters in Lagos. Adeola Omokivi reports.
Beautiful and alluring was the reflection of the Christmas lights and decoration that adorned the Household of God International Ministries Ikeja. The attendees, regardless of age, could not hold back their joy as Reverend Chris Okotie sang in thanksgiving to God for yet another Grace Awards. Chinedun Kwacha, a student of Partially School for the Blind and Partially Sighted, is one of the many physically challenged persons in charitable organizations the Household of God Ministries has impacted.
I would like to use this medium to say a very big thank you to this great ministry.
We thank him for the very good job he's doing. The God's Richest at Christ Expense Award, the church says, is their way of giving back to the society.
It is awesome. We are happy, we are delighted that we have this opportunity to be a blessing. That is our calling. And Household of God will continue to demonstrate this charitable disposition for as long as I remain pastor of this church.
So my wish is all other churches should follow in whatever form they can intervene and can support, all of the communities in which they find themselves.
Partially School for the Blind and Partially Sighted, the Sunshine Foundation, the Spinal Cord Injuries Association of Nigeria, and the Strong Tour Mission were recipients of the 2 million naira cash awards.
This 2 million naira will go a long way in helping us to care for the children.
High point of the event was the Caris Award, which was given to the late Chief Reginald Akpofure for his numerous contributions to the development of education and sports. The crowning of a new queen from the Queen Esther Beauty Pageant was another high point of the awards. In Lagos, Adeola Omokive, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. More reports ahead after this timeout. Please stay with us.
Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Legal Matters, Research and Documentation warmly invites the general public to attend a conference on the making, implementation and enforcement of treaties under the Treaties Making Procedure Act. Date 19th December 2018. Time 10 a.m. Venue Executive Hall, Abuja International Conference Center. Special guest of honor, Professor Yemi Oshinbajo, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Guests of honor, His Excellency Nasri Ahmed El-Rufai, Governor Kaduna State, His Excellency Kayode Fayemi, Governor Ekiti State, Jeffrey Onyema, Honorable Minister, Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs, Abubakar Malami, Honorable Minister and Attorney General of the Federation, Federal Ministry of Justice, Professor Itse Sagi, Chairman, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Senator Ahmed Abubakar, Adamawa South Senatorial District, Announcer, Professor Adamu Kyuka Usman.
Going up? Of course you are. And why not? With Glow Internet, built on Africa's largest wholly owned metro fiber network, the sky is, well, it is rather unlimited. Up is upbeat, seamless. Up is quick and easy access to all your favorite apps and entertainment. And there is no downside on a network committed to upping your fun and productivity. Get quick on your uptake, my friend, and upset the odds in your favor. Because on Glow, up isn't an upgrade. It is the upgrade. Going up?
Upgrade to a 4G SIM for free and get 125% bonus. Also enjoy unconditional 25% data bonus non-stop on all auto renewals. Dial *777# to choose a plan.
I'm officially obsessed. Yeah, I'm officially obsessed. Can't get it out of my head. It's taking over. I'ma let it. I'm all about it.
Expressions without words won't have it any other way. Moments will feel joy. Been lost in the moment, the freedom. You will find that's what's celebrating. Find your satisfaction in the nourishing trend of sparkling. Celebrate a little way, making big differences in the nourishing trend of sparkling.
Enjoy in red grape, white grape, peach variants, the Let Sparkling Fruit Drink. Celebrate every moment.
Nigeria we hail. Those who divide our people are getting better at their game. Yet, now we did do ourselves pass. Lecturer the oppressed student them. Bus driver they show passenger where. Local government people are terrifying local government people. Campaign people will come and go. Grammar people will remain. So now, many people have become Uncle Thomases, unwilling to desire or work for a better nation. We must continue to push and believe, and small, now our prayers will be answered. This education you go get out. These children, then go grow and prosper. And this business, they not go spoil for your hand, because Union Bank understands what it means to push through challenges, and together we go clear every doubt when they are on our way. Don't be an Uncle Thomas. Union Bank. You're simpler, smarter bank.
You in the air-conditioned office with the itchy throat. Strepsils. Girl in the spotlight with the raspy throat. Strepsils. You in the pollution. It's you. Dry throat. Strepsils. Hello in the downpour with the scratchy throat. Take Strepsils.
Strepsils, with its soothing medicinal ingredients, will heal the harm done to your throat from external factors.
Strepsils. Strepsils.
Strepsils, for a dry, itchy, raspy scratch.
Please come join us. Mom says we have more than enough.
Wherever you may travel, whoever you will be with, we wish you a supreme Christmas. Be supreme, Nigeria.
We are the strongest. No challenge can stop us, oh Lord. And we are the brightest. No darkness can blind us. We are the strongest.
Malta Guinness is packed with B vitamins to fuel your greatness on the go.
Thank you for staying with us on NTA Network News. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised his opponents in the forthcoming 2019 polls opportunities he neither had nor enjoyed in the build-up to the last elections that brought him to power. This was while exchanging views with the leadership of the United States-based International Republican and Democratic Institute. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu completes the story.
President Muhammadu Buhari described as gladdening that the leadership of the US-based Republican and Democratic Institute is here to assess Nigeria's pre-election preparations. While appreciating the concern of America for stability in developing countries, the president once again promised a level playing field for all contestants into political offices in next year's elections. As he puts it, having run for president 3 times, ending up at the Supreme Court before God and technology made a way for me, the 4th time, I know what it is to be cheated at the polls. What they used to do, he explained, was just to award votes and tell anyone who was dissatisfied to go to court. President Buhari said the governing APC will not do that and is prepared to give the opposition the opportunities he was not given in the past. The president assured the visitors that he had already instructed the heads of various security agencies not to be partisan, but to do their work professionally and allow the will of the people prevail. On the electoral bill that was not assented to, the president said time is against Nigeria that is extremely vulnerable and adequate care must be taken towards ensuring that messages are not hijacked and figures tampered with while being transmitted electronically. President Buhari said even the Russians were accused of tampering with American election, so Nigeria will remain conventional and use electronic transmission in subsequent elections. Leader of the American delegation, Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield, said they had met with the media, civil society, as well as political parties, and concerns expressed includes fears of security agencies being partisan in the forthcoming elections, suspected non-commitment to free and fair elections by key stakeholders, delayed budget for INEC, the electoral umpire, and the non-signing of the new electoral bill. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
It's time to join Muplang Dakok for business news. Muplang, what's this news about Diamond Bank?
Yeah, thank you, Joy. The news is that Diamond Bank has now officially issued a statement saying that it is ready to merge with Access Bank.
Right.
Yeah. So, but we begin with the Intra-African Trade Fair in Cairo, Egypt, which has ended with a charge to African leaders to honor their commitment to allocate 10% of their budgets to agriculture. Financial experts at the fair said this is the continent's plea to improve food security, reduce poverty, and spur economic growth. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo described the trade fair as the beginning of transformation for Africa, adding that the private sector also has a crucial role to play in shaping the financial sector, and Africa's small-scale farming is one key area for investment. Diamond Bank PLC has confirmed Access Bank as the preferred bidder for a merger after the Central Bank of Nigeria moved to further consolidate the banking industry The merger would involve Access Bank acquiring the entire issued share capital of Diamond Bank in an exchange for a combination of cash and shares in Access Bank. The bank recorded its worst month-on-month record in November, with shares plunging to 61 kobo per unit on November 30, 2018. Meanwhile, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is aware of intention of Access Bank and Diamond Bank to go into a merger, which they are yet to go into. Access and Diamond Bank shares moved up as the stock market opened the week negative and the all-share index dropped by minus 0.21%. It closed at 30,607.06 basis points, while market capitalization dropped to close at 11.1 trillion naira. 214.9 million shares were traded by investors in 2,975 deals. Transactions in the shares of Diamond Bank, AXA Mansard, and FBNH topped the activity chart. Diamond Bank recorded the highest price gain of 9.47% and was followed by Access Bank with 9.40%. That's business news. Joy, it's over to you for the rest of the news.
All right, thank you, Muplan, for that business package. The network news is broadcast live from Abuja. Time for another break. Join us again.
Experts on ways to save in sports in the country. That is our focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. Tuesday Live promises to be educative and incisive. Don't miss it.
Discover the all-new Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Lotion, specially formulated with Nivea's Deep Moisture Serum and Africa's natural cocoa for 48-hour deep moisture. Glowing, radiant skin with Nourishing Cocoa Lotion from Nivea. Now say goodbye to dry skin with great Nivea specials this Harmattan season.
Who am I? I'm a caregiver, a slayer,
Gifted,
a boss lady, a foodie. I am the chief quality inspector and chief organizer. And when I'm cooking with my Maggie Star, I become a kitchen grand master.
Every day, you choose to make the difference. That's why you choose Maggie Star, made from natural soya beans and other carefully selected ingredients to help you cook the difference.
I am the chief enjoyment officer, and I'm the magnet that brings my family together. Need I say more? But best of all, I love what I do.
With Maggie, cook the difference.
It's an African one. Yeah. Whether you come here to break dance, you come here to shake hands, you come here to make plans. Ever would it reach us motherland? Whether you come here to rock with me, oh, I've been up to find food, oh, everything day, oh, ever would it reach us motherland? Anywhere you go, London, USA, nowhere be like Africa.
Nowhere be like home. Anywhere you go, New York, Chicago. Nowhere be like Africa. Nowhere be like Congo.
This festive season, there's no place like home. Get a GoTV decoder and GoTenna and 1 month of GoTV Max subscription for only 6,900 naira. GoTV. Live it, love it.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We sincerely apologize that we can't go to Benin as earlier promised. We're experiencing some technical challenges. So we'll move on now to sports. Edo State talks on early preparation for 2020 National Sports Festival as UEFA Champions and Europa Leagues set for knockouts. Ayodeji Mande is our guide on Sports Update.
Following the award of the hosting rights for the 2020 National Sports Festival to Edo State, Sports Minister Solomon Dalun has urged the state to commence early preparation in order to sustain the pride and glamour attached to Nigeria's foremost multi-sports fiesta.
I urge the government of Edo State to put all machineries in motion to ensure a seamless 20th National Sports Festival.
Edo State last hosted the festival in 2002. Nigeria's Flying Eagles continue their build-up towards the 2019 CAF Under-20 Nations Cup, having finished second at the WAFU Championship in Lomé, Togo, following a 2-0 loss to Senegal. The Paul Aibogun coach team has been drawn in Group A alongside South Africa, Burundi and hosts Niger Republic for the tournament, which holds from the 2nd to the 17th of February. 2017 FCT Swan 5-a-side football champions team NTA has opened its 2018 campaign with a 3-0 victory over Cool FM at the Swan Week, which began Monday in Abuja.
The management has really sponsor more on us. They really spend more on us. We need to put on our best.
Liverpool versus Bayern Munich headlined the round of 16 pairings for the UEFA Champions League